It's bad 'cause I was never out there to play defense much anyway.
We got a lot in common, Coach. We got a lot in common, Coach.
I played a little bit more than you, Mike. You, but not.
Hey, man. Hey, man. Welcome back to the OGs, and we have holy muscles. What are you doing over there, Bill? What are you doing over there?
One of my guys. Damn, hey Bill, hold on now. You ain't look like that when you was with the Heat. What the hell going on, man?
No, they wouldn't let me lift, man. When I was in Miami, other little workouts.
Weight body fat, Bill. You know, weight body fat. They couldn't have you looking like the Hulk.
Yeah, I would have been too big. I always liked to lift, man. They wouldn't let me lift no matter what team I played on because I'd always get so big. So they're just like, come on, Mike, you can't lift like that. So, yeah, I did the bare minimum.
Goddamn, Bill. So that's all. That's not true. There ain't no artificial. Ain't no supplements or nothing.
No, I mean taking a little stuff. It ain't everybody trying to say it's steroids, man.
Oh, that's what I was asking. I didn't want to say that, but I was asking.
I ain't taking no damn steroids, man. Everybody just mad because you can't be mad because I work out. You either you know what I mean. They get mad if you work out. They get mad if you're fat. You know what I mean, so either way. So I say, come on, I'm gonna do what I want to do, man.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, goddamn it. Now, come on, I'm with you on that now. Goddamn, they muscle shame you if you got muscles. They fat shame you if you fat. They skinny shame you if you're skinny. Motherfuckers ain't never happy.
And it's always somebody behind a fake account too, man. Come on.
Oh man, you ain't.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You looking like that? I'm gonna make funny on a fake account too. I ain't gonna tell you who I am. I ain't gonna tell you. Who is that talking? I don't know.
I already know you would. Man, but yeah, I wanted to come do this in person, man. I want to meet y'all in person. I ain't seen y'all in a long time, man.
I know.
Goddamn, Bill, when the last time you been to Miami? We're going to get into all of that because, you know, we played in the finals together. But actually, when the last time you been down to the 305?
So I went to Miami maybe a couple years. We did the Big Three out there. So I was out there doing the Big Three. Maybe a couple years, maybe like 3-4 years ago was the last time I came out there.
Okay, cool.
Well, listen, before we got sidetracked with all your bench pressing and curls, we have a special guest, man. We're excited, and obviously we were talking about it already, Bib. 14-year NBA career, NCAA champion, absolute legend. We didn't play long in Miami, but one of my favorite, funniest teammates we've ever had, bro. We appreciate you being on here, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I wanted to be in person, and I've been waiting to get on this thing a long time. I was like, damn, they didn't get me on yet. I messed with both of them. They didn't get me on. So I'm glad y'all got me on, man.
We're glad to have you, brother.
Hey, Bill, I'm going to just let you know Mike handles all the guests and who we bring on.
Shit. Come on, Mike.
Timing of that's killer job. You feel me? I just show up and be the angry black man. Mike handles all the bookings.
I feel that. I feel that everybody got a role in something, man. You know what
exactly,
I mean?
Dog.
He said he showed to be the angry black man. Nuts. Hey, man, let's talk about it, Bill, and just to kind of go into it. Like the NBA draft is just coming to an end.
Yeah.
And one of the craziest stories that I've seen on yours is that obviously getting drafted second overall, and you told them not to pick you, but they picked you. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it wasn't like in a dickhead move. It was just, I was 19. I just turned 20. I'm with my fiance. I have a 3-year-old son, and it'll be hard to move to another country with the family where I can't even really fend for myself anyway. So during the draft, my agent was David Falk, and so we went down to the whole line. It's between you and Ola Candy who's going to pick first. They're going to, I'm going to see what's going to. So it didn't happen until the day of the draft. So it was like picks about to come in maybe 30 minutes before, and they realized they're going to pick Ola Candy. So that year the draft was in Vancouver. So they took me up. I sat with Stu Jackson, Brian Hill, my mom was there, and David Falk. And, I remember looking out the window. It was raining. It was dark. I'm from Arizona, man, so I see rain probably like 4 times a year. So I'm sitting there, and I was just like, man. And I told him, I said, it's nothing against the city, it's nothing against the team, but I don't want you. I don't want you guys to draft me. And they looked around, they looked at each other, and they said, well, we're going to draft you anyway. I was like, damn. But it was a blessing, man. I'm glad. And then Clippers were in a up situation at that point. All the stuff that was going on with what they had going on, and I felt like going to the Clippers would like hurt me. So everything happens for a reason. Like I said, I got drafted by them. Had 3 good years with them, and that eventually helped me get traded to Sacramento.
Let me ask you this, Bib. So when you went in that, did you actually work out for Vancouver or no? Did you work out for Vancouver?
I just worked out for the Clippers.
That's it.
Okay.
Well, I tell you what, you let you work out for one team.
I worked out for and I had a pretty good workout too. I had a pretty good workout, man. I mean, when I left, they gave me a big duffel bag of Clippers. So I'm like, they got to be picking me. Ain't nobody. They gave me like a man. It probably was like 40-pound bag of Clipper stuff. And I was like, but they got to be picking me, man. And then eventually, literally 30 minutes before the draft started, they said they're going with Olive Candy.
Nah. I done heard them stories about Vancouver, Bill. Now you got to let me know now. Is Vancouver solid like they say it was?
It was, but when you guys, everybody loved it because you visited there. You know what I mean? Everybody come in for 2 days, 3 days, and they're gone. We had to stay. Like the travel was you had to go through customs every time you left. Like every time we'd leave, we'd be at the regular airport with everybody putting our on the thing to go get it on the other side and carry our own bags to the plane, and that's how we left every game. And customs every time you came back.
Yeah. I hear about that now with the Raptors, but I heard that first team in Vancouver, nice life there, nice life out there. They say. It's good food,
it's good.
good people.
Yeah, it's good. It's good in that aspect. You got to remember though, I was 20 years old. We're just starting a family, and I had my oldest daughter not there, but I had her when I was playing for the Grizzlies. She got sick, and the family had to go home, and it just I had to send them home by themselves from a different country. It's just a different situation.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in that I wasn't mentally ready for.
So when that happened, and the team went from Vancouver to Memphis, where I actually still live. What was it like being on a team at the time that was talking about up and leaving? Because that doesn't happen very often in the NBA, right? Like you're playing for a Vancouver team, and all of a sudden, hey, listen, bro, you're gonna be playing in Memphis next week.
See, but he was ready.
Yeah, he was ready, but he really wasn't ready because he asked for a trade. He said, "Hell no."
He got out of Memphis too.
Now there was a there was a lot of rumbling for the second year I was there that they were talking about it, and the owner Michael Heisley, he came to me and was like, "Hey, Mike, rest in peace. I respect him for doing this because a lot of
great owner, by the way.
Yeah, great.
Owner.
A lot of people wouldn't do this, and he came to me and was like, "Hey, Mike, we're thinking about moving the team. We're going to probably start over. And is there any place you would like to play?" And I told him, I told him a few spots. And he's like, "Well, give me your top 5." I ran down the line. I gave him Sacramento as one. I said Suns because that's where I'm from, and I forget the other 3. But and then he told me, he's like, "What's the number 1 place you want to play?" And I told him Sacramento. And a few weeks went by. He never said nothing else to me about it, and I eventually got traded for Jason Williams.
Damn, I bet Dame Lillard was hoping he'd have Michael Heisley as an owner, huh?
He was great. Like I said, Mike, a lot of people don't ask that. Like a lot of owners, they don't care where they send you. They're just, it's like you said, it's a business.
And a lot of times when you have trades, they don't work out for both sides. Like somebody get over in the trade. Like somebody don't get what they thought. Somebody don't get what they thought they were gonna get. Somebody get some damaged goods. You know what I'm saying? Sack of potatoes. You know what I'm saying? A lemon. But in that trade, that's the worked out for both sides because when you got over to Sacramento with Christie and Vlade Divac and all the boys, and then Jay Will got over to Memphis and Paul got sold. Man, both sides didn't actually end up doing well off that trade, which it don't usually happen.
Yeah, it did, and like everybody needed a. I think me and Jay needed just like a different scenery to look. And I knew my time was up in Vancouver. We had Sharif, had Raheem, we had Country Reeves, and my thing with that is, back then you played inside out. So, our first look was Country, our second look was Reef. So, I was kind of the third option of, maybe it will come back out if they don't shoot the ball. And I thought I was about to be out the league after my first year. I was down to like first and second year, I was down to like 9 points, 8 points a game, and wasn't really feeling it no more. And I was like, damn, I'm gonna be out the league soon, man, playing like this. And so eventually, I think I had 3 coaches in the 3 years I was there. Maybe, yeah, I had 3. I had 3 coaches when I was there. And so, like I said, it was a blessing in disguise. I loved Vancouver. I loved the people, but I just wasn't ready for that at that time.
Hey,
well, let me tell you.
Yeah, out the league. He was the number 2 pick.
you
won a national championship. You was on one of the most iconic McDonald's All-American classes ever. What you talking about? My undrafted ass would have been out the league.
But you gotta understand.
You was all right.
You did. Our first game, we went 8-42 in the lockout season.
That's bad. That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So,
that's pretty bad.
And we started 4-4. So we were 4-4 and ended up 8-42. The next, we had 3 double-digit losing streaks.
Damn,
3 double-digit losing streaks.
Motherfuckers went 4 and 38 the rest of the game. 4 and 38.
50-game season.
Oh, God.
That's awful.
Today's episode is proudly brought to you by our guys at Morgan & Morgan. It's America's largest personal injury law firm. They started out here in Florida 30 years ago and now are helping people across all 50 states. Morgan & Morgan is always for the people and have your back when it comes to fighting to get you full and fair compensation. As athletes, we have faced our fair share of injuries. That's why we know how difficult it is to get back out there after an injury. The team and the support behind you matter. And submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is free and easy. It just takes 8 clicks or less from the comfort of your own couch to get started. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/theOGs or dial pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/theOGs or pound law, pound 529 from your cell phone. This, my friends, is a paid advertisement.
Game Time makes getting tickets even faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer you get to tip-off.
My favorite part about the Game Time app is the last-minute deals. We save up to 60% off by buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and all things across the board.
You can pull it up on your phone, get your panoramic view of your seat from the app before you buy.
And Game Time has the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Not 100% of the difference, 110. That's a nice little kicker.
Game Time ticket coverage, your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry.
Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code OGs for $20 off your first purchase.
Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Man, so
let me tell you something. Hey, Bill, let me tell you something. Not to cut you off there. Y'all made up for that in goddamn Sacramento, though. Y'all
that's what I'm saying. We won more games in my first year in Sac than I did 3 years in Vancouver.
Talk about that run, though, that sack run, because y'all challenged the Lakers. Doug Christie, you had the defense, you had Page with the shooting, you had Vlade with the veteran, you had Sewell, the superstar, Hito off the bench,
two young guns, Hito and Gerald Wallace,
Gerald Wallace, you had the dog. Y'all had everything. Like how that run was. Talk about that.
It was good. Coming in, I just wanted to fit in. Getting traded for a team favorite and a fan favorite in Jason Williams, I didn't know how either would react to me coming there and getting traded for him. So my agent told me, Mike, you don't need to do nothing. The team's established already. Just go in there and fit in. And that's why I was kind of I wasn't taking it easy like during the regular season. It was just so easy to play with them. And the fans made me feel like I've been playing there for 20 years. The team did, and I wasn't used to all the passing and stuff. And I mean, it was just a solid run. Like there was no egos. People were held accountable. It's not like it today, where like Webb was our alpha dog, so he held himself accountable. So we all had to fall in line and do the same thing. And that's what I respect about Webb. I played with a lot of superstars, and he's one of those guys that would raise his hand and say, I f***ed up. I'm gonna make up for it. And it was just good playing in the old arena. It was, sold out every night. The fans would go crazy. That's probably the best fans I ever played in front of.
That place was hell.
Hey.
You flew into Sacramento, drove through those cornfields. First of all, felt like I was back at the crib. Let's be honest. So I should have showed out. But every time you walked in
Sacramento,
hey,
goddamn cornfields in Sacramento.
You drove through cornfields. That arena was in the middle of cornfield. What you talking about?
It was like it was in the middle of nowhere. It came up now, so this downtown now. But there's a lot of stuff that's building up and down there though. So it's getting a lot better.
No,
but you landed in there. You drove to that hotel, and you knew it was hell to pay the next day. Y'all were impossible to guard, and that damn cowbell would be dinging around. It was like, God. It felt like college. It felt like college atmosphere.
It was so fun, man, because like my first practice, I was used to throwing the post and just getting out the way and maybe the ball would come back to me. And so like the first practice I threw it in, I cut and he threw a pass. I had to duck. And there was like Coach Carril, rest in peace. He was like, you gotta be ready. It's gonna hit you in your head. So then I realized, okay, you playing real basketball over here. Let me get my shit together.
You used to run them corner splits, boy. Oh, hell. Man, switching them corner splits, backdoor with Webb and Vlade. I was like, man, we can't guard none of that. You better off running the zone and just saying hello.
Great it was fun because we didn't even know what we were going to do. So I know it was hard for teams to kind of scout us and say they're going to do this when we didn't really know what we were going to do either.
That's crazy.
And
so y'all had to go ahead.
The team, you talked about the fan base and how they was the greatest fans to play for. It went through a little phase where they were sitting Sacramento to die, but the fan base. It was a little. What were they doing? They're sending them to do what? Send your ass to Sacramento to die. Like that was like when you got sent to Sacramento, you was on your way out. There was a little run, but now when you look at it now, like they like the beam and shit. Like I love what they got going. Like to your point, like the fan base was waiting on that because them young can go. They like the beam. They get excited. They get it crunk. Like the fan base is back to how you talked about it.
Yeah, that is good. I did some NBC Sports Bay Area for them this year, and it was just good to be back, see the crowd rocking again, like I said, lighting the beam. And just, they got something going right now. I think they're missing just one piece, but they're going to get right back on track. And like you said,
Mike Brown that bag. They gave Mike that bag.
UD's, you're right. They're looking for that tone and time, like, we're back. Let's go get it.
No, they're excited. I can see it.
Yeah. Talk about that, though, because they're a long ways away from being where you guys were when y'all played Kobe and Shaq in Game 7. I know it's probably something you don't want to talk about, but
did Vlade, one thing, was Vlade flying up squares at halftime? Was Vlade flying up squares at halftime, man?
It was at the beginning of the game, man. I came so
I love this guy.
He was flying up squares at the beginning.
Man, listen. You know the Dallas away arena, right? Or the away locker room.
Yes.
You got the little bullshit there, and then you got the bathroom. So, you know how you go to the bathroom right before the game starts. You got look at the clock. Got some time. I'm running, use the bathroom real quick before the national anthem. So I run in there and I'm go to the bathroom. And I start smelling like cigarette smoke. So I'm looking around. Vlade, the thing this far, the bathroom stall this far. Vlade's head this far over the stall. And he just, I said, "Damn, Vlade before the game," and he just, and he finished that and went right back up to the game. Right before the game, man.
And went and fried somebody too. He was so good.
He was probably one of the best teammates I played with, man. Just as far as he wasn't gonna, no matter how he played, he was gonna be the same person anytime. You know what I mean? Like if he scored 2 points, 20 points, he's still gonna get on the plane, making jokes, running the card game, and that's what I loved about Vlade.
That's unbelievable.
Good
So
dude.
again, talk about that. You know, like I said, we're talking about the momentum that Sacramento has right now, and it's awesome to see because it's great for everybody. But the Game 7, Kobe, Shaq, stuff like that. Like, what kind of where were you guys at in that situation? Because I thought y'all were gonna win that series. I'll be
Oh, me
honest
too.
with you.
Everybody, I think I wanted y'all to win that series too. Y'all
Yeah,
had to, yeah, y'all
Man,
had
we
the more
did win
excited
the
team.
series. We
yeah.
did win the series. They just took
Some
it from us.
questionable, no, there was some question, yeah, some questionable
Yeah,
went on. Some questionable
man.
went on. Talk about it, Bill. Talk about it.
If you watch that, man, you could. I mean, we're up by 20 points probably almost every game, and you could. That's the first time I ever seen. Like I said, Shaq is probably the most dominant player I ever seen in my life. Kobe,
Me too.
top three player of all time, and just to see them over there on the bench looking defeated.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You can look on the bench. You can even go look at some of the YouTube stuff and just see their faces on the bench. Phil Jackson's face, Fisher's face. You can look at everybody's face and just see like it's over with. I knew it was over with.
What
I was in LA
what was
because
it? What was it? What was it? What was the turning point?
You want to
um,
talk about
I mean
Billy with the call? Who made the call? What the call was? I'm just saying. Hold on. I see it. I know what happened. You gonna tell what
Yeah,
it,
so
happened?
do I.
yeah. I mean it's to be seen, not
Shout out
heard. You
Billy.
know
I
what I
like
mean?
you. I love you, Billy. Ain't no shade. Ain't no shade, Billy. I love you.
Yeah.
Hey! You didn't hear that mother slider? It's to be seen, not heard.
Man, that's over with, man. I was running around LA talking cat. I was on the radio stations talking about there's nothing they could do. There's nothing that could happen. And you know what the funny thing is? There's a story. Chucky, I know you guys remember Chucky Brown. Chucky Brown played for the Rockets,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
um,
remember Chucky Brown.
and so he was in his 14th season. And he didn't. I'm not going to say the ref's name, but we were. I mean, we just came back from like a movie premiere, and he was like, "I'm like, this shit's over with." We're riding the limo. He said, "Mike, if they bring in this crew, it's not going to go the way we like." And I said, "Man, it's
Oh
my
man.
fourth season." You know what I mean? So I'm like, ain't no way, bro. There's nothing they could do to stop this. Like, we're on their ass. And so he's like, watch. And so we get to the game. You know, you don't know the refs until you get to the game, and it's like you know, you get the paper with everybody's name on it. And he said, Mike, look, I was still like, man, they still ain't they could do. It's over with. They were getting our champagne ready after Game 6
Did
before
that
Horry
shit.
hit that. Our
Mm.
champagne was getting ready for the locker room, everything, man. They had to put it up.
Man, that's crazy.
You
Speaking
can,
of the Lakers, Bib. Speaking of the Lakers, so our boy Bronny James just got drafted with his dad, Bron, with the 55th pick in the NBA draft.
Man, I see him coming with these goddamn Tom Fords on.
But
what
Tom,
you say?
I
he
seen that
says
coming. I
he
seen
said he
that
said
coming with these Tom Fords on. I ain't have to be a goddamn rocket scientist or a goddamn what they call them
he
people.
said he get
Call me. I read your palm, Cleo. I ain't needed to be that person. I ain't need to be that to know that. I knew that. I knew how that would go play out. You ain't have to call
hey
me.
he see
Call me
hey
now.
he
You had to
said
call
he
me.
see the, with his Tom Fords on though, Bib.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, we know where Bronny was. We knew where Bronny
It's
was going, man.
But hold
it's
on.
gonna be it's
Talk
gonna
about
be
that.
interesting to see.
That's what I'm saying. Talk about that because listen, as a parent, right? Like if this could work out for everybody, it'd be the greatest thing ever. But it's going to be different too. So talk about it. Like, we all play with Brian, absolute legend, one of my favorite teammates,
Yes.
unbelievable teammate. But now he's teaming up and being in the same locker room, the same buses, the same airplanes as your son. It's gonna. I mean, it's just gonna be interesting. Talk about it a little bit.
I mean, you know how the lifestyle is, and I mean, it'd be interesting to see. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so you always want to see your kids do better than you, no matter how it is. You know, I always want my son to be better
Absolutely.
than you. You always got to do that, and I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. You know, Rich Paul saying he doesn't want him in the G League and stuff like that. You know, to try to develop and stuff. Like, now, I'm not here to put anything on it. It's like I said, it's none of my business, but it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. But just being on a team with your dad. Like I played in leagues with my son, it is different. You know what I mean? Like you always be protective of your kids and stuff like that. It's gonna be interesting to see how this goes down.
I don't know how it's gonna go down either, but what a dope ass experience. I don't care what
Yeah,
Man,
it
anyone
is.
says.
one
How
thing
many?
he gonna
Does
learn
anybody
is
know
how
how
to
many
be.
times this happened? I know Ken Griffey Jr.,
I
Ken
don't think
Griffey
it's ever.
Sr.
No, that's
not in
it. That's it.
basketball. Yeah, not in
Basketball never.
That's
basketball.
I'm
it.
telling you right now, media day. At media day, it's going to be unbelievable. You walk in
I'm
that same
telling
thing
you,
with your son. That's
one
crazy.
one thing about it, two things for sure. He gonna learn professionalism. He gonna learn work ethic, and he gonna learn
That's right.
accountability. And his basketball IQ gonna be through the roof. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Those are the things I can guarantee by him being, in the locker room with his pops. Now,
No doubt.
how his game manifests and transition into the NBA game, and how he can help a team. I love the fact he threw out the Drew Holidays. I love the fact he threw out the Derek Whites, the guys that you can't win without. So you just got to see how they go. But one thing about it, two things,
Yeah.
he gonna be prepared. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be prepared.
Yeah, for sure.
I am absolutely cheering for that kid. I love that kid. Seeing him grow up,
Yeah, I mean, it's
being through
good to
this,
see, man.
it
You get
just
all these
shows
kids,
you
you get
how
all these
old we
former.
are, though, Bib. Damn.
Yeah, you ain't got to tell me my son's 26, man.
Man, I got a 24-year-old. Bill, question. Since we're talking about draft,
Yo.
we're talking about college. Winning a national title, because we got there. We didn't quite get it done. So we ain't been on that other side. But how was that, winning a national championship? Let's talk about that for a second, because that's a big deal, man. People don't understand. In the NBA, it's a 7-game series.
Yeah.
In college, it's that one shining moment every time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
One
That shit's
shining
hard to
moment.
do, man.
Every year it's gonna be some Cinderella ass. Where they
Shit,
come
we
from?
were.
Cinderella
Where they
ass.
come from? Where they come from? Ass school that's gonna send somebody home every year.
You see, that's kind of like what we did. We went into it really with nothing to lose. So we were 500 in the Pac-10 back then. So we were like 9-9. We were looking at the thing, hoping to get in. Like I don't know if we did good enough to get in, but we ended up getting the 4 seed, and we kind of struggled the first 2 games against College of Charleston and South Alabama. Those were the games. Those might have been the only 2 games that we were down all tournament.
Wow.
Going into halftime, coming out. Then we beat 3 number 1 seeds. We beat Kentucky, we beat Kansas, and we beat North Carolina. That's the only time a team has beat all 3 number 1 seeds. And so no one really expected nothing from us. What really got me going was Coach Olsen, one of the best coaches I probably ever played for.
Man.
And he just called me up in front of the team, and I remember him say, like, Mike, we need you to do what we brought you here for. You know what I mean? And that kind of opened up my eyes. Like, he really wants me to do what I do. So I kind of opened up a little bit, and I started getting on it because, our team was full of, we had juniors, we had Miles Simon Dickerson, Jason Terry,
JT.
yeah, AJ Brown. You're going down the line, and I didn't want to step on no toes. I'm gonna play my role in that. But Coach Olsen's like, we need you to do what we got you here. And so, I kind of opened it up for me. Once we got hot, we just got hot. We had nothing to lose. No one expected us to win. You know what I mean? So we just went out there and let it all hang out.
Hey,
I didn't realize you guys were 500 in the Pac-10.
I didn't know they ranked all the number 1 seeds. I didn't know y'all beat all those number 1 seeds.
Yeah, it's the only time ever in tournament history.
Kentucky, who else? North Carolina, who else?
North Carolina and Kansas. Kansas had Paul Pierce, Rafe LaFrance, Scott Pollard. Kentucky had McGlure, Mercer, Epps.
They had a stick.
Derek Anderson. North Carolina, Vince Carter, Anton Jameson. Kentucky had McGlure.
That was back. That was back when you had to strap up in college basketball. That's crazy.
Yeah. It was gonna go hard. Everybody's fighting, man. It was a good run though. But like you said, you did. Not many people get a chance to even get to that point or even make the tournament.
I mean, that's a big deal, bro. We got there and we lost. You know what I'm saying? And we never got close again. And you're young. You think you can go back, and you think you'll get another opportunity at it. And Mike left school, so he ain't never intend on getting another opportunity at it. But I thought I was gonna get another chance, even though he wasn't interested in getting another chance. I was.
You gotta try to get ready for your family,
man.
That's right. Welcome to every black man. Welcome to the show.
Since we taking a walk down memory lane, let's talk about that All-American game, man, because that was one of the most iconic. Once again, I wasn't a McDonald's All-American. Thank you guys for having me on y'all show.
I was.
Thank y'all for having me on y'all show. I appreciate y'all. That's why I got a jailhouse background, and y'all got nice backgrounds. Y'all thank y'all for having me to y'all show.
Hey, Bib, we got a special guest on our show today. His name's Udonis Haslem. He played 20 years in the league.
Legend, man.
Thank y'all for having me, man. Hey, how was that?
I got a story too.
Oh,
I got a story too from when we were in Miami. I want to say to you that I've been
Oh yeah, for
Hold
sure.
it back.
Okay,
And
well then
I
tell me.
ain't smoked since.
Gas, gas.
I want to get that. I
Hey,
want to get
hey,
that
that
story
sounds
out, UD.
that definitely sounds about right.
Okay,
That's
we gonna get to that. But McDonald's All American because
Fucking with
I ain't
UD,
never been
man.
on that side. Talk about it. Kobe, Steven Jackson, Jermaine O'Neal. I mean, the list goes on and on, man. A hell of a class. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
How was
I'm tell
that?
you, the UD, the teams were unfair. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the whole. They had everybody. They had. They had Steve Jackson. They had Jermaine O'Neal. They had Kobe Bryant. They had Tim Thomas. They
Oh, Tim
had
Thomas. Ooh.
Shaheen Holloway. They had Ed Cota.
Ooh.
They had. This is all their team.
Ah. So who y'all had
Every.
besides you?
I mean, we had Mateen Cleaves. We had Corey Benjamin. We had Lauren Woods. We had.
Lauren was a funny boy. That's a funny
I
dude.
mean, they had about 10 pros. You know what I
Damn.
mean?
Tim Thomas was a problem, by the way.
Tim
Just
Thomas
Oh
FYI.
was a
man,
problem.
man,
Shit.
they all were. Man, they started Shaheen Holloway, Kobe Bryant, Jermaine O'Neal,
Ooh.
Tim Thomas, and Steve. That was their
Ah.
starting five.
Oh yeah, y'all didn't have a chance. Y'all
They
didn't have a
tipped it
chance.
back, threw it ahead, threw a lob. Man, this is over with. That's how the game started.
So you remember? Was it even close?
Good.
Was it even close?
They beat us by a good 15.
Okay, okay, all right, that ain't
But
bad.
you know how those games go. Them games ain't. There was a lot of dunks and get out the way and showboat and like that.
Hey,
So
hey! Speaking of that, because obviously we're all fans, and he was one of the best players of all time. It sucks talking about it even right now because he's passed. But Kobe in
Uh,
those games, what was that like? What was that
mm,
like?
it was just. I mean, you could tell the aura that he had around him that he was going to be something special. You could already see
Really?
it.
mm.
And I mean, just his seriousness. You know, other guys out there around and like he was all about his business. You could see it back then, and him chewing his gum. I mean, it was like a spin. It's like seeing MJ out there.
Mm.
Exactly
Man,
what it looked like, man. The way he
man, we miss
stood, the
Kobe,
way he
man.
walked, the way he ran, the way he played. Everything was MJ, man.
And you would know because you've been one of the longest tenure MJ. You know, what I'm saying Jordan Brand.
No, no,
Jordan called
you
you.
did,
They say Jordan called you for Jordans.
you think I'm?
That what
I was
Mike
sitting in
say. Mike
Miami.
said what they say. Mike
Yeah,
who?
hey, I was sitting. I know. Listen, no, listen. If I'm lying, I'm
No,
dying.
don't say no, Mike. Don't say
I'm
no
sitting.
bullshit.
I'm sitting in the locker room. I'm like, damn, I ain't never seen them Jays before. And his phone ring. I look at his phone. I'm over there, kind of, I'm over there side hustling a little bit. I said, it's MJ, and MJ's like, hey, baby, you think I get some of them shoes? He said, nah, I ain't gonna give you them shoes.
See, he on that.
Nah.
Yeah, I knew he was
Hey,
on the
listen.
bullshit.
Hey, I believe it. Killer ain't never lied to
Hey,
me.
Come on,
Killer ain't
UD.
never lied to me.
thank you, UD. Thank you, UD.
Killer
Thank
ain't
you.
never
I'm
lied to
They,
me.
telling
they
you.
take care of me. They always take care of me, man. I'm grateful to be a part of the brand, man. You see, I guess they got me on now. They
Man,
still take care of me, man. It's great to be a part of that because a lot of these shoe companies don't take care of their OGs and stuff to help them bring up the brand. I know he doesn't need. I know MJ don't need nobody to help him sell his,
Nah.
but I mean, it's just good to be a part of something so big and so special.
Hey, let me ask you a question,
so
Bill. Do you golf?
Yes, I do.
Have you been to
Why
his
you got
golf?
something for me?
No, no. Have you been to his golf course? Because I heard it's amazing.
No, I haven't been. I'm trying to go though. I haven't been.
Yo, I heard that
I ain't gonna
crazy.
lie.
They
So,
bring
I
drones. They have drones that bring your to you at the hole. They say the golf cart souped up, the extra fast. they,
Hey,
they say that.
UD,
What's
UD,
up,
UD. Bim got to hit that ball a mile with them goddamn muscles.
man, so I can't. I
man?
hit the ball pretty good, man. Sometimes, man. But golf, I mean, I play. I just, man, I can't get no better. It's
Man,
not.
I be out there
It's
like
not.
Happy Gilmore, boy. I be ready to break some
Just,
boy. That shit, listen, man.
that's the thing. You don't have to swing hard. You don't have to hit it hard. The shit don't go anywhere. You can't get that in your mind because we're athletes and everything we do. Like if we do it harder, that means it's gonna go farther. It don't work like that.
Man, listen. Once I went to, I said I would have had an instructor and everything. I said I'm gonna dig into this. I'm gonna pay somebody. I'm gonna really contribute some time. I showed up to class and motherfucker had me doing like this. I said, you know what? I'm done because I can do that at home. Yeah. See, what you want to do is you want to bring it around. So I need you to do these exercises right here. Man, I ain't pay you for that.
You,
I pay you to swing
that's what they do.
the club, Jack. I ain't pay you to
That's what
do no calisthenics. I ain't. Come on, man.
that
Once I say I'm
they
gonna
try
do,
to
I'm
they try
cool.
to slow walk you. so you could come back and spend your money.
You know what I'm
I,
gonna
I
do?
had a,
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm
I
gonna
had
get
a
me
trainer
a
one
golf
time.
simulator in my garage, and I'm gonna play Pebble Beach and every other goddamn place in the world from my golf simulator in my garage.
I mean, that's all they do, man. I went with a trainer, and I can't hit my driver at all, bro. I can hit everything else, and he's like, let's start with your little. I said, no, I came here to hit my driver. Show me
Yeah,
how to hit my
motherfucker, I
driver.
can't hit my driver. I ain't can't hit do yoga. Like what the? Like I was like, yo, and you with my ego, Jack, because now you got people out here watching a 3-time champion do this shit at the golf course. You know what I'm saying? Now you with my
Hey,
ego.
he come with the old school Jack. He
The
come
jack,
with
hit
the
him
old
with the
school Jack.
jack. He hit him with the jack.
Yeah,
Hey,
now you
boy,
with my
hey,
ego, man.
Bib, that's when you know he hot as fish grease. He hit him with the jack.
Man, the man had me on the muff at the goddamn doing this like you, Bill. I can't hit my driver, dog.
Yeah, man. That's the only problem I'm having with is my driver, man. Show me how to hit that motherfucker. We be good.
The
Yeah, full swing golf. Come
killer,
holler at the
you still?
OGs,
I was
bro.
gonna say, killer, you still playing, right?
Yeah, I play. I got a janky ass back though, so I gotta go every once in a while.
You know how
So
you,
that
you know
sounds
how
like
you, you know how
what
you
you
fix
shoot,
that back,
Mike.
killer.
Yeah, I hear you. That's why we're good. Hey, if that's the case, my back should be healthy in the mud.
It start with the hips. You get the hips right, it takes the pain out the back.
He said it starts with the hips.
Hey, Bill,
Oh
you see what
shit.
I got to deal with, Bill? God damn.
Yeah, man, I
Hey,
miss y'all, man. I didn't spend much time with y'all, man, but I miss y'all.
Hey man, we had a
hey,
good locker room,
hey,
bro. We had a good locker
hey.
room, Bill.
We had a
Hey,
little bit of time there, Bill.
UD.
Tell me that story though. Tell me that story about UD
Hold on.
though.
I want to get this other story out.
Okay.
I got some stories with y'all. I was
Go
only there for
ahead,
like
go
4
ahead,
months.
tell him,
I
tell
got
him.
some. I got some stories. Tell me if you remember this, UD. Mike, you tell me the same thing. Walking in to the
Oh,
Cleveland Cavaliers away game
I already
in
know
the
what it
locker
is.
room.
I already
Y'all
know what
remember
it is.
that story?
I already know what it is.
Walking in the Cleveland
You,
Cavaliers away game.
You talking
yeah,
about
you don't
Brian's
remember?
first time back? You talking about Brian's first time back?
It might have been, but the way the locker room was set up.
Oh, and we were all on one side. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
hey, you up for that bit, but that's hilarious. Right?
Oh man, I
It's
couldn't
the truth.
believe it.
That was
It's the
funny.
truth.
I was
Oh
seeing a lot of
man.
when I got there, man. I couldn't
Oh
believe it. I
yeah.
remember UD walked in.
That wasn't no accident
Said,
either. I had to say something.
UD walked in and said, "Man, f- that." UD took it and put his on the other side.
Hey,
We we
hold
had
on,
to sit there like we
Bib,
couldn't even change.
Man, listen.
Before you tell the story though, for everybody watching at home, you gotta understand. So in Cleveland's away locker room, it's basically split in two, right? Like there's a wall, like a half wall. One area has a lot of room, one doesn't have much room. They put 12 of us in the side with no room.
It might have been more than that, Mike. It was more than 12.
and
How
put
many was it, man?
I'm sitting next to Juwan Howard. Our shoulders are touching.
and Braun got the
And,
whole other side by himself.
uh, Bron, Wade, and Bosh got a
Yeah.
seat for 10,
Hey,
and they
I
sitting
think,
for.
I grabbed my and say that.
Yeah,
hey,
UD
Bill,
was pissed.
Bib, I
UD
think
said,
that
"Man,
was your welcome.
that."
I think that was your welcome to the little 12 moment. We called ourselves a little 12.
The little 12, bro.
Oh shit! I couldn't believe it. Look, so let me tell you a story about UD. So, I didn't really do nothing in Miami. So, I stayed in. I was trying to get another contract. I'm laying low. I got my little place, play my video games, and I said, UD, let me, give me a blunt. So, I need the help. I need help sleeping. So just throw me. Throw me something that's gonna put me to sleep, man. I want to go to sleep. So so he give me a blunt, So I take it home. I smoke it. I smoke it like a couple. It's like half of it.
You woke up
I
yesterday?
stayed up. Huh?
You woke up yesterday?
No, I didn't sleep.
Nah.
I didn't sleep. I went home. I argued with my girl for like 20 minutes. I don't even know what about. And I played a video game to about 4 in the morning, get my ass drugged by uh, in Mortal Kombat. I couldn't beat the dude. You don't remember me coming back the next day and say, UD, what the did you
Yeah,
give
you
me,
was like,
bro?
what the was that I gave you? I said, yeah, you asked for that gas.
He said, that should knock you on your ass.
That
I said,
should
UD
have put
had
you
me
out.
up
That
all
had
night,
you up
man.
all night. I don't know what the hell was going on with
Man,
him. That's supposed to
I
put
think
you
you
to
gave me
sleep.
the wrong. UD. But that's the last time I smoked. That's the last time I smoked.
I think
Worked for
I
me.
think a lot of people have similar stories from UD. It's the last time I smoked. I think I've been on
Yeah,
the I've been around it forever. I've heard it about 3.5 million times. The last time I smoked,
A
UD
killer.
gave it
man.
here.
And the
Last
last time
time,
I
I
drunk
promise
beer
you
was with your ass, Mike. The last time I drunk beer with your ass. Had me drinking Miller Lite and tomato juice. It had me throwing up
Cheers.
Oh,
all my guts.
Cheers.
yeah, beer. I can't do beer.
So
Oh,
Bill,
that's hilarious.
Yo,
you have. Let's talk about now in this time of your life, in this part of your life, what you got going on. I know your daughter plays volleyball, correct?
yes, I'm a volleyball dad. I'm being a parent, but my main thing is, I'm trying to coach.
Uh,
Either college or the NBA. Try to get in, just give back to these kids and try to help them, give back some of my knowledge that I have, and just, just try to get kids to kind of, I'm not say grow up, but learn like how real life's supposed to be. You know what I mean? It isn't like the NBA is not like how we were there, and it's just not the same. Society changed, everything changed, but like I did the coaching program, I did the NBA combine, I did the G League bubble. I coached a little bit in G League with my
okay.
friend from thing. So I'm trying to get back in coaching. I did NBC Sports Bay Area for the Sacramento Kings this year. I had about 25, 30 games that I was on TV just talking pregame, halftime, and postgame. So, I'm trying to get back in there, trying to get around, stay around, and try to get my number retired in Sacramento if they see this.
There, hey, tap
Try,
in, Sack. Hey,
try,
what the hell?
try,
What we waiting on?
man.
Sabonis just had the number, so he switched this year, so he's gonna wear number 11. So I'm hoping that translates into something else.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all,
You would crush the coaching,
Sacramento
and
Kings, y'all hear
these
this?
kids need it too. Yeah,
Listen,
for
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
gonna
man,
ask you
I'm
about
ready.
coaching, Bill. Like honestly, with the NILs and with the AAU culture and all this stuff, man, the, it makes it It makes it way more difficult to coach. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Because these can make $1 million before they step on the NBA. Excuse me, before they step on the college campus. These can make a 2, 3, 4, 5 million before they walk into an NBA locker room. Like,
And it's
how
gonna
do you
be.
combat that as a coach and say, listen,
You
I
need
know that you can do this, but this is the right way to do this. This is how you build your habits. This is how you build your accountability. Like, how you deal with it? Because I'm telling you right now, I don't want to deal with this shit. I don't want no parts of it.
Uh,
What
Motherfuckers
do you
is,
think Lute Olson? What do you think Lute Olson gave that dude when he walked on campus? Go, he had
ooh,
you
NIL.
know, no, but the crazy,
ooh.
man. Everybody thinks I got paid to go there. I'm
You
thinking
did.
I couldn't find anybody. I would have loved to get paid. I didn't have nothing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna look back and say like, yeah, shit, I got this. Man, I was looking for them. I couldn't find them.
But are you ready?
But
You willing to deal with that, man? Because it's different now, Bill. I mean, first of all, they playing seventh grade and they 16 because they done reclass twice. They got a driver's license and they driving to school while the real seventh graders still
yeah,
on the bus.
you're right.
They got NIL. You know what I'm saying? By the time they get to the
hmm
NBA or they've been through college, they done made millions of dollars. Bill, like you ready to deal with that?
It was. I'm ready to deal with it because one thing that these kids would do is they're gonna get respect. You know what I mean? Just like how I grew up. Just the way I coach to make these kids better, be hard on them, but not take their soul at the same time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Give them confidence and stuff like that. I think those kids will respect it. A lot of kids getting paid more than their coaches in college.
man. Say that
Some of
again.
them, you know what I mean? Just think if you're in a college and you're making $2 million and your assistant coach making 350, ain't you gonna be able to tell them?
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
And so I'm ready for that, man. I've been ready for this for a long time, and I think that's one of the things I can handle. You know what I mean? Because I think I'll be able to deal with that and I'll figure it out, man. I already know that.
Let's put your coaching hat on now. Well, like
Yeah,
you see right across from where you guys were at in Golden State, and a dynasty team that's been there for doing it what they've done. And they're getting towards the end of it, and you see these dynasties kind of come to an end every once in a while. What should happen? What should happen with Klay? What should Klay do? Like, what would you do coaching wise? Like, just start talking about that because that's I think that's going to be interesting to see what happens this summer.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's been an offer for him. I think, you can look at it from both ways. Like they might not want to offer something lowball them, and that's disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
But to see what I'm saying? Like to not offer him nothing, I think is disrespect.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
lowball him is going to be disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think it'll be time for Klay to move on. I mean, somebody else wants to pay him that much. You got to go for your money right now. You did all you had to do. Like you said, the dynasty's over, and to feel like they don't even want him. I think I'd figure out try to keep him, man. Like he was a cornerstone of the best times of the team history. Mm-hmm. You got to find a way to keep him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's the biggest conundrum that all these franchises have. The ones that have these runs, right, is when's enough, right? Like when do we get off them? And someone's gonna be pissed off about it. Let's just be honest. No matter what happens here, someone's gonna be pissed. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. But whether it does or not, like Klay's had an unbelievable career there. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do though. King's future.
But I mean,
where you at?
You gotta go get that money somewhere else if somebody's willing to pay it.
Exactly. That's what I say, bro. I think at this point, for his mental health and for his, just sanity, you know what I'm saying? I think it might just be time for a breath of fresh air. And that's just how it is sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
It might get better for Mike get back to where he's at.
Yeah.
Hey, Bib, not all of us can go play 20 years in one place.
He ain't lying.
Hey,
that's big time. You did.
With his Tom Ford wearing ass.
There you go, man.
And he talking all that shit about us. And looking him to the show.
Listen,
20 years is big time. Congratulations to you, D. That was up. You didn't hit me back on Instagram when I told you congratulations, man.
Man,
Bib,
now it's coming out. First of all, Bib. Hold on. You do. Hold on. Now it's coming to light. Hold on. Now it's coming to light. See, I've been talking about getting Bib on a podcast for the last 2 months. He said, "Nah, I don't even hit that." But he goes, "I don't even hit that back on Instagram."
hey. Listen, let me explain something to y'all. Bib, I got somebody that do that for me. It's unhealthy for a married man to be checking his DMs. I stay out my DMs.
I feel that.
I feel that. I missed you. It wasn't intentional, but I wasn't in them DMs intentionally.
I feel that.
I got you now, though, Bill. And we got the same agent. I talk to Tyler about you all the time. Tyler tell me about you all the time, dog. You, Eddie, we talk about y'all all the time.
Yeah, Tyler's good guy, man. I met Tyler.
Say you're a good boy.
Look how I met Ty. So I'm walking around summer league. So he come up to me like, "Hey, Mike, give me a call. Like, hey, I'm an agent. I'm just getting into this. I want to be your guy." So I'm like, I'm not really looking for a coaching agent right now. I'm just trying to use my name, get it back in and stuff. So let me give him a call, man. So he ended up being the greatest choice ever made, man. I'm pulling tricks and all kind of shit.
Oh no, he the real deal, bro. He approached me after we won the series in Philly. I'm walking to the locker room and he steps to me. He was like, I guess he thought I was about done because every year, thinking he about done after this one. So I guess he was thinking this gonna be it. I ended up going about 2 more, but I kept his card and we kept in touch. And when I did retire, it was time. I reached out to him, double back, and that was a great decision for me too. All this stuff that I'm doing with the TV and stuff, man. Tyler laid that shit out, and we put a plan together, and we followed that shit step by step, bro. And it went out. It played out just how he said it would. So he definitely
Tyler's good, man. He's good, man.
Hey, Mike, no disrespect to you because we know you're an agent. We know you good too.
Hey, listen. We wouldn't be having this conversation if you had me as an agent. Y'all be making so much damn money. Y'all say, I ain't got time for you.
Well, you don't want none of us. We old and retired. You got them young boys. You got John, Powell, and all that. You got them spring chickens. You ain't studying us.
Yeah, we couldn't do nothing for you, Mike.
You got them Aston Martins. We over here with these Chevys. You don't want these Chevys.
I love me an old school Chevy, cause I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Hey,
man.
Go ahead, GD.
I want to ask you about the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Because you spent some time in New York, obviously. So you spent some time there. Wait a minute. I just thought of something. Was you there when that man? Did you have to whoop that man ass? Did that man steal your wallet?
Who, me?
Yeah, was that you? That man went in your room and stole your wallet. You have to whoop that man ass.
So look at. I got
putting this in my head.
I'm gonna run the whole story. I'm gonna run the whole story down from this is like movie, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run down the whole thing.
I'm catching shit in my head now because I'm about to ask you about the Knicks and their moves, and now I'm thinking, hold on, that motherfucker Bill, okay,
What
yeah.
happened? What happened? What happened? I want to hear this.
Let Bill tell us.
So listen to the story, right? So we always gamble on the plane, so I like to have cash. So I would always have an envelope in my bag. I know where my money at. I know where it's at in my bag. I know how it sits in there. I got my Bible with my money. And so there's one time on the plane, I went in for my money, it was gone. So I'm like, damn, I lost my envelope. So I went to the stewardess, like, hey, y'all find the envelope, let me know. And so they didn't find nothing. So it happened a few times, but I never caught it. So we're at a new hotel in Chicago, and this guy. I mean, I'm the only guy that with this kid.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know
we
who
had
it
the
is.
same age.
We ain't gonna say his name because we're gonna try to keep your
Hey,
face clean. We're gonna keep your face clean, young fella.
you need text me.
All right.
He So look, so I'm the only one that with him. I'm the only one out and about with him. I'm taking him to lunch. So me, J.R. Smith, and this kid go eat. So we go to dinner. You know, either me or JR pay, the kid don't pay for nothing, right? So we get back from shoot around the next day, and he called me. I was like, I don't think I'll be able to make it to lunch today. Did you already leave? So I'm not even putting it together yet. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gone, man. So, and I was like, you know what? Because I already had a lot of money in my bag. So, I like just go to the bank and just take it out. So I was like walking. I'm done with my day. I'm done with my day. So I tell my girl, she's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "I'm going to the bank." She's like, "Going to the bank again?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to get some money." Is there a problem? So, look, I go to get my money, right, and I come back and I go in my room and I go to put my envelope away, and there's a space in my backpack that's gone, the whole envelope. I probably had like $5,000 in there you know what I mean? So I put it in and it's gone. So I'm like, damn, the maid. I'm thinking you don't have to blame it on the maid because you don't think nothing else. So I'm like, called the team secure, like, hey, yo, somebody came in my room, took my money. He's like, did you have anybody in the room? I said, no, I didn't have nobody in my room. Somebody came and took my shit today because it's gone. So he comes back. I mean, it was crazy how it happened because the hotel was so sophisticated that they knew what key, like they count. There's a login of how many times your door opened and closed, what key opened that door, who got that key, because they got the camera at the thing. So I'm going around crazy. So I'm up. I only get to take my nap. I'm walking around crazy. So I go on the early bus. So I get on the bus, put my shit down, and so team security. So there's 4 people on the bus, and one of the guys that did it's on the bus. So I get on, and I'm telling my story like, damn, somebody went and took my shit, and God don't turn around. But I don't think, like, I could see it now, but he don't even turn around. So the security comes on the bus like, Mike, come here. So I told the guys, hey, get my shit off at the bus at the game when y'all get there. So he takes me to security, and they see what key opened the door. And so we're watching security. We see him on tape getting the key to my room on the thing. So he's like, well, let's go up there. They haven't cleaned his room yet. So we go up there, and my envelope is ripped up in the bathroom. I know it's mine because I wrote on it. I got my writing and everything on it. And so I'm like, damn, this motherfucker took my money. So, and it ain't the first time. It's the first time he got caught. So we get in the bus. Boom, by the time we get to the arena, I talked to Woodson. Woodson was the coach. Like, don't say nothing. So I didn't say nothing. So we get to the arena. Everybody's talking about it. And then the dude is pacing the you know how Chicago is. He's pacing the hallway
Yeah.
with just shorts on, barefoot, and trying to act like he got his. He's calling like, hey, can you check because somebody stole my earrings? So he's trying to plan his little story that he got going. So, but we already know he did it. You know what I mean? So we get in there. So everybody was like, hey, Stoudemire was like, hey, Bib, was it the maids? And I was like, man, they told me not to say nothing. So then somebody, you know how the locker room get. It was somebody on the team. Hey, yo, was somebody on the team? Somebody on the team. So I'm like, damn, man, don't say nothing. I can't. They don't want me to say nothing. So I ended up telling Barron on in the game, and Barron knew, but some smart. He was like, I'm just gonna see who you're not talking to, and that's I'm gonna figure out who it is. And so we drove to I didn't even play that game. Woodson was like, "You want to play?" I was like, "I'm my mind's up right now. Don't even put me in." So
Yeah.
we drive to Milwaukee that night. We have a team meeting, and I'm here talking about, hey, shit, there's 100 million on this bus. If anybody need to borrow some money, you can ask to borrow some money, man. You ain't got to steal teammates. And so we get there. We get to Milwaukee. J.R. Smith called me as soon as we get there. He's like, "Hey, you want to go ride on this right now?" I said, "No, Shelby can't whoop him right now. He can't whoop him." So I'm in the mindset of trying to get another contract. I'm gonna play it cool, just lay low. And so he come knocked on my door, like it was like 3 a.m. I was like, look at the people. I said, I'm not answering this motherfucker. I'm gonna end up fighting him. You know what I mean? So the team security, the general manager, and the coach like, "Mike, come down here." So they had all my money laid out on the table, and like it was him. I said, I know it was him because my envelope was in this room. So he said he was making a joke. That was his excuse. He was making a joke,
Nah.
and
Oh man.
because he
Nah.
said, I know I could,
Oh
but
man.
but that's how. But not that's the first time I've ever. The team security was like, I've been security for 25 years. I've never seen that happen before in my life.
I was in the league for 20 years. I ain't never seen no shit like that.
That's supposed to happen, man.
No, ever.
Going in your room too. He went in my room.
Yeah.
He went and got a room key from your room
Yeah,
and jacked you. That's
because
crazy.
Hey,
you got aliases, so you could just how you go to the front
Oh
like,
yeah.
I
Oh
don't
yeah.
have an ID
Oh
for
yeah.
that
I
name.
have an idea. I have an alias. That's
Yeah,
right.
so he
Mine
just
was
went
mine
back.
was JoJo Sausage Head.
I had Axel Foley.
There you go. There you go. Hey, listen, on the OGs podcast, man, we do a Morgan and Morgan It's Too Easy segment. Today, we're talking about, is it too easy for the USA team basketball Olympics this summer? What do you think based on their lineup? Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Bam, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Drew Holiday, Kawhi, KD, LeBron, Steph, and Tyrese Halliburton. What do you
Looking
think?
at
What do you think
looking
of this,
at
what do you
that,
think of
it
this team?
should be, but it's like the world's catching up too.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
a lot of these other countries got NBA players too. So but
hell
looking
yeah.
at that, I can't see them struggling against anybody. To tell you the truth,
Nah,
if
they got
everybody,
everything.
So it's gonna be too easy.
We're
no,
gonna see if
yeah,
Joel
I
Embiid
think
and
so.
Kawhi play though. Joel Embiid and Kawhi gonna play?
They
Um,
shouldn't.
yeah,
They not injured.
I
Hell yeah,
missed
they
I missed
gonna.
the Olympics one time in my career. Man, it was the biggest mistake of my life. It was
Man,
just,
Really.
yeah, it was the
really?
year.
You decided not to go?
Yeah, because it was the year when all that terrorist stuff was going on, and then it was the
Mm,
year everybody backed out. So that was the year I was supposed to go in Greece. Ended up
mm.
backing out, and it was the worst mistake of
You
my life, man.
UD makes a good point though. Like so, Joel Embiid and Kawhi, obviously injury histories. Like what do they do in this scenario? You know what I mean? Like I obviously the NBA wants to see him play. Owners of teams want to see him play. The USA, the Olympics though is a big deal. It's in Paris. I mean,
You gotta
it's
go.
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
You gotta
Interesting.
go. You gotta go. Just limit your time, because look at the list they got. It's not like they're lost. They might not even need them.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
12, 15 players right there that are the top in the NBA. Just go along for the ride. Just might have to, swallow your pride for a little bit. Just go there and cheer for a little bit. You know what I mean? But they're not at a loss for players. That's for sure.
Yeah,
That's for damn
no,
sure.
they ain't at a loss for
Yeah,
that.
So
Hell
what you're
no.
saying is it's going to be way too easy
I
for them.
think it's gonna
They
be
win it.
easy, man. Yeah, I think they win it.
That
They
damn sure.
got
I
UD,
would
what
think
you
they.
got?
like you gotta
I
win
hell
it. They
yeah,
gotta win it.
yeah. I don't see nobody beating them. Hell no, not at all.
It's an
Not at all.
unbelievable whip.
Not at
Yeah.
all. They strapped.
Hey,
They got everything.
Bib, before we let you go, we got to do a couple fan questions because we are the OGs. We are for the people around this mug.
Uh,
Hey,
Uh,
listen here, man. Before we start, don't be
ooh,
DMing me, Mike, or Bill
yeah.
because you pissed off about our answers. We are human beings. We are human. We are human beings, and we're allowed to have an opinion. If you don't like it, then get the on. But don't be DM us with
Uh,
that foolishness.
he ain't
Go
lying. He
ahead. Go
ain't
ahead.
lying.
Go ahead, Bill. Man, they be
Uh,
oh, you
thinking
want me?
they think freedom of speech mean you
I
can
got
say
you. I got
anything.
you. I got you. Favorite Jordan in the vault that no one has seen. A pair of shoes.
Ooh, cold.
Um, the favorite one I got. I got the one that I like the most is the Eminem twos. I got a pair of Eminem
Ooh,
twos. And I mean, they people have had them, but it isn't like out there like that. It's just something that I've had for 20 years, and I just keep it. Like I said, I just keep it wrapped up.
Yeah. I
Eminem
keep that shit
twos.
wrapped up too, Coach.
I gotta Google them. I don't even know what them is.
Fire.
I gotta check them out. Eminem twos.
Fire. We already talked about this one, the Lakers series. Was that actually the greatest tragedy in sports? Doesn't believe the NBA actually conspired against him to make sure the Lakers won the 2002 playoffs, or was it just the refs?
I mean, it was. I mean, we had that series, man. We bad in Game 7, but it shouldn't have even got to that. That's how I look at it.
A
But
lot
we
of people
did
would agree
bad
with you
in
on
Game
that. A lot of
7.
people would agree with you on that.
There you go at Troy Pat 9. Shouldn't have got to that shit. We shouldn't even be talking about it. What's the funniest locker room story you have? Well, we already got this answer too in Cleveland, I'm guessing. What's the funniest locker room
I mean,
story you have when you're at the Heat?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff, man. Like, there's one time, Brad, I don't know if, I mean, it's probably heard it, Brad was on Steve and Matt Barnes' podcast. And, I came in, Brad knows I like clean, you know what I mean? And I came in my locker room one time, he had 2 dead ducks
Damn.
nailed to my locker, like hanging from my locker. Like, he just shot him, put him in the back of his truck and brought him to the arena and hung him up on my locker.
Brad
Damn.
Country, the boy. I love me some Brad Miller, Coach.
That's
I got
crazy.
another one too. So
I know
Ron
he
Artest,
smoked
right?
that gas too.
Yeah,
Like that gas.
Ron Artest came to a game in an F1 car with a listen. He had a helmet on. His wife was sitting behind him. It was one of those cars,
What the?
and they both wore helmets to the game. Man, the cop told him, like, Ron, this is not street legal. I can't let you leave and drive this home.
Like, hello.
So he had to come and get it towed back to his house.
Like the Red Bull Monaco joint.
Yes, a 2-seater, but it was like he was sitting in front, his wife was behind him, and they went to the
The
game.
wife with a helmet in the back is nuts.
Man,
That's
come on.
unbelievable. Oh, Ron was a legend.
Man.
Oh, God.
I just seen Ron the other day, man. Shout out Ron,
Yeah.
man. Good dude.
Yeah, Ron a legend for real. Bib, last one. Best player you ever played, and who was the first to bust your ass? I ain't gonna say his tail. That's crazy.
Best player I ever played. I mean, I played against Michael Jordan. I mean, that's a better. He was with the Wizards at the time, but he's the best player that I ever played with. And the first person to bust my ass, it probably it's bad because I was never out there to play defense much anyway. But John,
we got a lot in common, Coach. We got a lot in common, Coach.
That's what happened when you were
I
McDonald's
played a
All
little
American.
bit more than you, Mike. I played a little bit more than you, but
that's what happens when you were McDonald's All American. See, you can play. Let my undrafted ass not play no defense.
I played more.
He said, hey, UD. He said, I play a little bit more than you, though, Mike.
Man, listen. At least y'all had the luxury of not playing some defense. Let my ass would have not played no defense. My ass would have been back in France.
See, but everybody has their niches, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And so, and what was that second part of the question?
First one to bust your ass
Okay.
in the league.
It's funny because everybody looking like he wasn't anyway. But John Crotty used to fuck me up.
John Crotty, he guy. Okay.
He used to
karate.
fuck me up. He was so herky jerky, and you look at him like he ain't gonna do. He used to bust my ass.
Wow. Listen, I tell you one thing, Bill. You could have gave us 1,000,000 tries and we wouldn't have said that one.
Ever.
That's what I'm saying. No one thinks that shit, but his eyes used to light up when he see me.
Damn, that's crazy.
Hey, UD, you see this? I try to tell you this was gonna be an epic episode. We should have had him on months ago, and I told
you. Don't listen to that shit, Bill. Mike booked all the guests. Don't listen to that. Before we go, I got one more thing though, Bill. With the young fella Darian Fox, what do you think? He stick it out in Sacramento? I know he ain't signed his extension yet, so what you think he do? He stick it out? What do you do? He let to get out of there? What you say?
I think he does. You know what I mean? Like I say, he's the face of that franchise. He was on his way to All-Star. He was on his way to MVP like the first 10, 12 games. He was averaging 30 points, like 9 assists, and I mean he was on his way to that. I think if he gets back to that, he's gonna have a great MVP. He might be able to get MVP sometime, but I think he sticks it out. I think he might be waiting for more money. I mean he's gonna get the max anyway, but I think he sticks it out. I know. I just watching him and how he took over that franchise, and the franchise is on his back. I think he needs to stay. I think he should stay.
I agree with you. The West is tough, but I think they building something. You know what I'm saying? The fans definitely gathering around it. But the West tough, man. I could think of 6 teams right now without
Yeah,
even putting Sacramento in it yet. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
They're like one or two people away from making it big, man. So, well,
I like them.
that's the team that I had my best years with. So I want to see them do good, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Ben, we can't thank you enough, my brher. We miss
I
you, man.
appreciate
It's
it, man.
always
Miss
good
you
catching
too,
up
man.
with you.
Had
Yeah,
some fun
appreciate
times.
you,
Thanks
dog.
for having
Thank
me
you.
on, man.
Much love, dog.
Yeah, y'all tapping the OGs.
Make the time to get us together, dog.
Yeah, always. We'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
We'll make it work.
All right, now.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate y'all. OGs out.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, big dog.